Hello, this is Michelle Thomason. I'm certified emotion code practitioner in Kansas City, Missouri, and this is Jax. Hi, Jax. Hopefully, a future therapy dog who insisted on being on my lap while I do this. I wanted to explain, just really quickly, a little bit about what the emotion code is and what an emotion code practitioner does. I will make more videos in the future for sure, going into specifics, because if I say a phrase like heart wall, trapped emotion, frequency, things like that, those are going to require a little bit more explanation. So the Emotion Code was a book, started out with a book written in 2008 by Dr. Bradley Nelson, who's a chiropractor, but was getting frustrated by noticing that he would do the physical things he knew to do, and people would either not get better or they would get better and get worse again. And he discovered through applied kinesiology, muscle testing, that he could find where people had trapped emotions, and that by releasing these, they would get that negative energy out of their body, and he noticed that their physical symptoms were getting better. So what's a trapped emotion? Well, we all feel hundreds of emotions every day, right, Jax? And we're supposed to feel an emotion and then feel it and it leaves. But very often we feel it very strongly or supercharged, and they become trapped. The energy of that emotion, because everything is energy, the energy of that emotion gets trapped somewhere in our body. You can't see it, but it's there. You know how you can feel heartache? You can feel overwhelmed by sadness or overwhelmed by anger. That can get trapped. And these things cause problems. You can lead to PTSD symptoms, depression, anxiety, difficulty sleeping, difficulty with relationships. When you start talking about the heart wall, then you're looking at another video that I will explain that keeps you from feeling things. You feel numb, you can't find your mission, your love language gets lost in translation. You can't feel love or receive things from other people. And so by using muscle testing, either what an emotion code practitioner does is either with someone present, or most of the sessions I've ever done have been with people long distance. You can muscle test, and the subconscious will tell you if there are trapped emotions contributing to a particular problem. Our conscious mind often doesn't let us know the connections between things, but the subconscious mind is very, very, very smart and has a much better memory. So by using muscle testing, we can find there's a chart, which I'll show in another video, at 60 emotions. And using muscle testing, we can narrow pretty quickly which emotion is causing the problem. And sorry, my dog's hair is getting everywhere. This is a live and unedited video. And then we can release it. I use a magnet, or you can use your hand if you don't have a magnet. And the magnet just magnifies the intention. You intend to release this right over what they call the governing meridian, just right over the top of the head, or if I'm working with somebody directly, down their back, and release that emotion. And then the body will start to heal. I have seen, and I'll do a personal testimony again in another video, so watch this channel for future news, but I have seen such tremendous help for me, my husband, and my son. My son has special needs, and we have seen such tremendous strides forward with him. Things that The doctors, sometimes they don't give you a lot of hope, or they say you're doing the best you can, but it's always going to be difficult with this child. This child is always going to do this or always going to do that. And he has made strides that people say he's not supposed to be able to make, because we have done a lot of emotion code work with him and a lot of body code work on him. And the body code is another thing developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson that goes in more in depth to not just trapped emotions, but other imbalances in the body caused by many things. So you can see where if somebody feels shock or anger or overwhelmed by a certain situation, maybe the memory fades, they think they're over it, or they might not even remember feeling that emotion, but that energy stays in their bodies. And if it stays in their body, it's going to attract things they don't want. It's going to put out a message. We're all sending out messages and frequencies, our attitude, the emotional frequency that we're resonating at, and it's going to communicate out there in the universe to other people. It's part of our nonverbal communication. So we don't really feel like we're connecting well enough with somebody. Well, there's probably trapped emotions. There's probably a heart wall. And we will go into more of that later. But I just wanted to introduce the concept of the emotion code. And I just received my certification as an emotion code practitioner. And I will do a complimentary session on anybody who hasn't experienced this healing modality before. And I would love to meet with you, and we can even start with physical pain, because that's the quickest way to be able to see an improvement. If somebody has, say, they rate their shoulder pain at a 7, if we can release some trapped emotions, sometimes it can, even by the end of the session, that number can drop. I don't claim to cure anybody, but removing those trapped emotions can allow the body's processes, the body to heal, because the body is supposed to be able to heal itself and manage itself, but these trapped emotions interfere with the homeostasis, where the body's in balance and works the way it's supposed to. So hopefully this answers a couple questions that people have. I will, like I said, go into more detail, and I will see you next time. Bye. Bye, Jax. Can you say bye? Okay.